Hello folks, Pastor Mike Hoggard here, pastor of Bethel Church in Festus, Missouri, and head of Prophetic Research Ministry with another Watchman video broadcast. You know, we learn something new every day from this administration, President Obama. One of the things that we've learned this week is that the best way in the world to not get terrorized, invaded, harmed, injured, blown up by your enemies is to show them where all your weapons are. Show them how you make them. Show them how you shoot them off in the air. In fact, show them just about everything that you have. That way they'll be friendly to you because they'll know all your secrets, right? Check this out. Obama announces U.S. military secrets to the world. President Obama has decided to pre-announce to the world once secret American ballistic missile tests and satellite launches. The Democratic administration's goal is to show a friendlier face to other countries and to coax Russia to do the same. Yeah, right. It's part of a confidence-boosting initiative launched, so to speak, last fall when Obama suddenly abandoned the U.S. missile defense system in Eastern Europe that had exercised the Russians, though it was aimed at potential future missiles from Iran. Obama hoped such a unilateral U.S. forfeiture would encourage Russia to put pressure on Iran to halt its nuclear weapons development. So far, no good on that. Of course, the point of secret tests by any state in an insecure, suspicious world is to deny advance notice to potential enemies, making it more difficult, if not impossible, for them to gain intelligence by monitoring the test themselves. I'm going to add this story to another story. Let's see here. Yeah, a couple of them I have. And then I'm going to give what I consider to be a dangerous comment. Okay, I consider it to be a dangerous comment. I want you to listen to this. This is all happening just this week. Obama promises a new world order at military academy graduation. On Saturday, President Barack Obama took center stage during graduation ceremonies for the U.S. Military Academy's class of 2010 and preached his message, that's a good way to put it, for the creation of a new international, international is many nations together. That would be the world. So this is a new world order. A creation of a new international order to about 1,000 new officers. President Obama pledged to shape a new international order based on global cooperation and partnerships that address not just military, but also, here it is, economic and environmental challenges. Mark my word, at some point, if these powers that be continue to move on, they will be using the military prowess of the United States and all the nations of the world, including Russia, if they cooperate. Of course, we extend to them a nice hand and show them where all our weapons are. And of course, Russia is going to cooperate with us, because that's what they've been doing for the last 60 years. But anyway, I guarantee you that this has everything to do with enforcing new economic rules that are going into place, global economic rules. Tim Geithner is now trying to find a consensus of cooperation amongst the world's nations about how we can better bank our money and impose new strict, and they use the word conservative, and that's funny coming from liberals, conservative rules, which means dictatorial rules in their eyes, of global partnership. So this goes back to Revelation. We keep quoting this verse all the time because there are some pivotal verses in the Bible. Of course, all the Bible's real, but there are pivotal verses in the Bible, I think, that you can see things out in the world and you can look here and go, yep, this is that which was spoken by the prophet. And we know at some point, because we study the Bible, we study Mystery Babylon, we study the beast, we know that these entities are concerned about controlling money. That's like most of where their head is they want to control all the money. So here it is, Obama's telling these fresh, young West Point graduates that, instead of going out and fighting a war over our country and over our freedoms and over this and that and the other, you can expect in your future to be fighting over some banker's money. That's incentive. Or fighting over the fact that somebody's driving a car with a little too much smoke coming out. We're going to fight a war over that one. And we're going to get international cooperation. You're telling these military graduates, these military men that have trained, and you can say what you want to about the shape of our country, but I will tell you that in my opinion, our military schools still train the best of the very best. These are the bravest, the smartest, most intelligent young men and women that I think our country can produce. And they're wanting to go. I guarantee you, these people at West Point didn't show up and say, "Why are you here?" I want to serve the New World Order. I want to be part of the United Nations. I want global peace everywhere. They showed up because they wanted to stand up and fight for their country. That's what they're doing. Here's another one. This is just this week. In fact, this was Friday. Congress has taken 2 big steps toward ending the don't ask, don't tell ban on gays and lesbians serving openly in the military. In quick succession Thursday, the Senate Armed Services Committee and the full House approved measures to repeal the 1993 law that allows gay people to serve in the armed forces only if they hide their sexual orientation. Now, if you remember, this goes back to the days of Bill Clinton. Prior to that, it was not allowed for you to be an open homosexual or lesbian inside the military, inside the armed forces, in the United States of America. They said it's just not a good idea. It won't work. And so there was a policy against it. And so now Bill Clinton comes out and says, well, we're going to change it. This is step 1. Remember, everything that they do operates in levels and in steps. And so the step during the Clinton years was, it's okay if we don't ask, you don't tell. We'll let you go ahead and be part of that, only we won't say anything if you don't say anything about it. And so now they've gotten to a point where Obama, he has pledged. In fact, he ran as a candidate pledging to repeal don't ask, don't tell, and now here he is. He's forcing Congress to do it. And they said that Congress is going to go along with it. Oh, look here, right at the top of the list, Democrat Nancy Pelosi from San Francisco leading the charge here to repeal this thing so that, and you know, forgive me if my mind wanders, but isn't this going to open up a Pandora's box of things inside the military that really should not be in the military? In fact, they shouldn't be anywhere else. But now they're going to open up in the Armed Forces of the United States of America. That would give me incentive to join. And I'm telling you, these 3 stories here, and there's several others. Let me tell you something that I think is dangerous for me to say. And I don't say that too often, but I think this is dangerous for me to say. In the past 3 months, I've read 2 articles. I won't tell you where I read them. They were comments. They were commentaries from a website, 2 different places, that expressed a concern. I don't know if they had secret knowledge. I don't know if they had insider knowledge. I don't know any of that. I know that they expressed a concern, what could be a legitimate concern, that there are forces inside the Pentagon, the armed forces, the upper echelons of the military complex in this country that are not very happy at all with the president that we have right now. I mean, they're not as happy as most other people in this country are not happy. To what extent they're not happy, I don't know. Now, this is not a country where we have military coups every 3 hours. We just don't do that here in America. We love the fact that we are civil, that we have laws, that we have rules, that we have guidelines, that we have stipulations. We have all of these things in place. But can we not see a move away in this country amongst the morality of the American citizen, amongst the morality of most people in this country, a move away even from civility and legal discourse? We are moving away from those things. And I hope you understand what I'm saying and what I'm not saying. I'm just telling you that the two things that I read in the past 3 months, they kind of give me pause to think what could happen if certain top leaders, unnamed, I don't know who they are, I don't study these things, in our military became so totally dissatisfied with the current administration and current government of our country. We have to ask ourselves a legitimate question. What could happen? I mean, you have all the gays in the military thing. Most of these military brass people are saying,